It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Commanders on Monday Night Prime Time.
We are approximately 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, Commanders Field in Landover, Maryland. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today.
It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here are the Commanders making their way out.
And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
There's a short one pulled in by Simmett.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Now Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Simmett.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
In motion goes the tight end.
Off the play fake, Daniels. Open man down the field. It's a tight end Simmett. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Throwing now is Daniels.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
To throw is Daniels.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Ben Simmett.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Commanders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time.
They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dixon. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Lance to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a handoff up the middle. Dixon. And he coughed it up.
And one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Up the middle they go. Dixon. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. This time, good ball security and a good result. 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Dixon.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. And now they'll throw with Lance.
And he's got his man on the out route. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a give right side. Dixon. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Throwing now is Lance. That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Up the middle they go. Dixon.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Escaping the... And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Trey Lance.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Cowboys respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And able to get this out to the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. but I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They go play action. Daniels. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Marquise Bell. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson.
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
3rd and 19.
It's now 3rd down and 1.
To the air goes Daniels.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Daniels.
And a quick throw here that's complete. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Daniels looking to throw.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
7-7, our score after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Lance. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Oh, what a move. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
In motion, the tight end.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Wright.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Commanders first down. 1st and 10.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Wright on the ground.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Mozzie Smith there to bring him down. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll go again here with Wright.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That good for 19 and a 1st down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Here's Daniels.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Micah Parsons.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Wright.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Working out of the gun, Daniels.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. So here is Washington now to take over.
They'd lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
They'll start on the ground with Wright.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
Complete to Wright. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Down the left sideline.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Aubrey now for the point after.
And that makes it 14-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw. Daniels. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Daniels. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann.
pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. Dixon.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
16 yards. 1st down, Cowboys.
Now a handoff up the middle. Dixon. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40.
52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. To throw, it's Lance.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Ferguson.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 27-yard line. Off of play action, here's Lance.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Lance now to throw.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
On play action, Lance.
Sliding out of the pocket.
Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the 1st down. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Lance.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. The Lance going to throw.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
And Washington now going to use the 1st of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And his kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the 1st half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And the Washington offense going back to work.
They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Daniels.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And now here come the Cowboys.
And now they start in plus territory following that turnover, as they'll try to get some points here before halftime.
Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Lance looking to throw it.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Complete to Jake Ferguson. An 8-yard pickup. First down.
Looking to throw. Lance. And Dixon has it. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance.
On the crossing route, complete. That's Brooks. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing again on second down. Lance. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Working from the gun, Lance.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Second down and goal. Lance to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
And his kick is indeed good, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Wright's got it. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before break. Daniels slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Josh Allen, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Elijah Moore, a touchdown catch in the victory. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. 17-7, the final score. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
From the 30 on second down. Lance, he'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10.
At the 46. Up the middle they go. Dixon. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Here's Lance to throw it. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring it.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys.
CeeDee Lamb.
44 yards.
And the Cowboys are able to widen their advantage.
Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Throwing now is Daniels. To the right side and caught by Sennett.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
That's good for Washington. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Off the play fake, Daniels. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 21.
And they're going to motion Dotson to the left. To the air goes Daniels.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
To throw is Daniels.
He finds his man complete. That's right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Daniels looking to throw.
And oh, it'll be intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up.
They'll run on first down. St. Clair.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Now Lance.
Over the middle, complete. That's Ferguson.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Throwing now is Lance.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release.
Lance now on 3rd and goal. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
A great effort there with now his second touchdown of this third quarter as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And the lead is now 24.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And here we go on the next drive for Washington. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here's Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Simmons.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Cowboys offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches,
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84, and on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2.
And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory. They'll run on first down with Wright.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
They go play action. Daniels. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Daniels. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And taken right on the 30. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now.
65 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Shotgun now for Lance.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ferguson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
To throw, it's Lance. Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb.
with career touchdown number 75.
And the Cowboys get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And McLaurin, the motion man right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Tucker. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
That's good for Washington. First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night.
Back now at Commander's Field.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. Flush to his right. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Daniels. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
7-yard gain. That's another Washington Commanders.
They'll look to throw again.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 21-yard line.
Back to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Jackson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Complete to number 89. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
A give up the middle to right.
He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
He'll try again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
It's now 3rd and
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Daniels going to throw for it.
Flushed out right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Jaden Daniels
Taking it in from 4 yards out.
and the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago. There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, Dixon.
And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Lance looking to throw it. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Commanders' offense set to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Room past the...
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And now here is another interception. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers. He brings out this offense.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle.
St. Clair.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
They'll try the left side. Dixon. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, but that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, They've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On fourth down, here's Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Sinnott.
And he's got this down to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Cowboys are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dixon
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Cowboys, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.